Welcome to Rage Against the Regime Radio, a show for patriots, defending the Constitution at every turn and uncovering the truth. We cover topics mainstream media doesn't dare to touch, where status quo gets taken to task. FB page at RATR on Twitter, Rage Against the Regime Podcast at gmail.com. Call our blog talk line at 929-477-3565 or text us at 256-344-7287.
this hard. Back with my soul. Back with my shame. I need to fuck this system. I need to fuck this system. I need to fuck this system. We all need to fuck this system.
We sure do. Because Lord knows they fuck us on a daily basis. They do it twice a day if they could. Welcome to Rage Against the Regime podcast, and I am your host, Bobby, who's the man. I apologize for any noise that you hear in the background. I'm still at work, so, and, you're probably hearing little noises and stuff in the background, but I'm going to try to drown that out. I'm going to try to take your mind away from all that. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to do right at this point is I want to let you know that NORAD has chosen to take their systems underground. Now, the news has been broke all over the place today that NORAD is going underground and they're going to Stargate. Anybody that doesn't know what that is, it's an underground dwelling that they have, and it's, top of the state of the art, it's completely put together, state of the art stuff, and they're taking it down underground. The government is saying that they feel that's the safest place for it to be. Now, they've been talking about going there for the longest time, and everybody said that they thought that the reason why they even brought it up is because, they were trying to get it in people's minds so when they actually chose to go underground that nobody would make a big deal out of it. Well, let me tell you, the timing couldn't be any better. And the reason why they're going to be going underground right now is because they also didn't tell you what's been going on the last couple days. So let me be the one to give you a little bit of guidance and bring up some things that might help you out a little bit. I don't know who your phone carrier is for your cell service. If you have a cell phone, which I'm sure most of you do. I have Sprint, and my service has been crap. Look what's been going on Facebook. Anybody that's been on Facebook the last couple days, it's been terrible service. Home televisions, terrible service. People complaining all over the place. And the reason why is NORAD's not going to tell you this, but they've been being attacked. NORAD's been being attacked. Somebody is stating that an EMP may have been the cause of it. I don't think that it's been that drastic where it was an EMP, but why not? The White House, of all places, went dark. Now, you know as well as I do, that should be the last place on Earth, or the last place in the United States anyway, that should go dark. Washington, D.C., without power for almost 2 days. Why? Why is that? Because of the reason that I just stated to you. Without power. Now, with everything that's going on with Russia right now, and the threats that are going back and forth, then the whole thing with Saudi Arabia and Iran, and everything, the whole big old ball of wax, something big is about to go down. NORAD is taking their little equipment and stuff, and they're going underground. Now, any one of you that has really been following anything and really know anything about the things that are going on in this world, they say the only time that you actually start worrying about things is when the bigwigs and the people from NORAD and the president and so on and so forth all disappear and go underground, like they're about to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you that I think something big is coming. I think they're trying to hide it from us. I think that they're not actually disclosing any information, only the little bit that you can find here and there. And I think that something big is about to happen. Now, that might be why the whole Jade Helm 15 situation has been going on. That might be why they moved it up, because in all realism, Jade Helm was not supposed to start until the end of June, beginning of July. They moved it up. Now, maybe they did that because people had found out about it and they were reporting about it and they didn't want anybody to know when they were coming and so on and so forth. But they can't just walk into these cities and just say, you know what, we're here. We're going to do, we're going to do our exercises. There's nothing you can do about it. We're going to block off this area. We're going to cut out traffic. Blah blah blah. You can't just do that. Even though they have been doing it, you're really not supposed to be able to do that. Now, with that being said, that should tell you something really, really big is going on. Okay? Now, do your homework. Look into this big time. Okay? Because, I mean, the first real sign should have been when the power went out in Washington. Because we all know that's not, something that should ever happen. The White House be without power. Now, a lot of people will tell you that one of our biggest targets is probably our power grid. An EMP can do it very easily if it's done correctly. And I think that you're seeing a true sign of that right now. All the power outages, all the people complaining about their cell services, people complaining about their TVs, so on and so forth. I think we're seeing it right now. So be prepared and be at the ready and be vigilant. Because when this comes down, I think that this is going to be a big one. Now, there are so many things going on right now. There's been warnings that Russia has said that they would like to do a nuclear strike on Yellowstone National Park. I have seen the reports all over the place. I've read it everywhere. It's posted all over the place. RT is reporting it. Bunker Report. It's all over the place. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you why that's not going to happen. And Tom pretty much said the same thing that I'm saying right now. I don't think that Russia would do that because Russia would be affected by it. It's not just something that would hit the United States and hurt the United States. It would actually be something that would be felt all the way around the whole world. Okay? And it would lead back and it would hit Russia pretty hard. And it would be something that would affect the whole country for about 20 years. Easy. It would change the climate for a long time. And Russia's not in that good a shape right now. It seems like they're doing really well, but they're not in that great a shape right now. Now, nuclearly, yeah. I mean, I was reading a couple things that people were saying today, actually pretty much about this. And, somebody was saying, if Russia hits, Yellowstone National Park, that's pretty much it for the United States and this and that. And, it's a damn shame that our countries, Russia, United States, China, all of us have gotten to the point to where we have to resort to a nuclear war. I mean, seriously, is it really that serious that, you got to wipe out the whole population and even put your own people at risk? Throughout the years, everything has changed. The whole game, everywhere on everything. And what I mean by that, I know I'm leaving it a dull statement there. But here, like when I was younger, you used to have to worry about, the gangbangers in the neighborhood having, maybe a stick, a bottle, a knife. Okay, a knife was a big one. A knife and a baseball bat, maybe brass knuckles, those were the big ones. Guns, not so much. Now, does anybody even fist fight the gangbangers and stuff? Do they even fist fight with each other anymore? Because I don't think they do. I really, really don't think they do. Because all you ever hear about is somebody getting shot. Okay? And to me, I mean, is it really worth it? Same thing with our countries. I mean, it's dirty bingo is what it is. It's dirty pool. Dirty bingo. Only a couple of people get that reference. Dirty pool. That's what it is. I mean, do you really need to resort to going into, having nuclear weapons to attack people and stuff like that? Now, I've made statements on my show for a long time, and a lot of you may point it out, that I don't think that Russia is really an enemy, or Putin. I don't think that he's actually an enemy of Barack Obama. I think he has the same agenda that Barack Obama has, and I think that they want to help each other out. And his goal is probably the same as Barack Obama, and that's a new world order, and the elite, and all that good stuff. But who knows? They may have a pact worked out with each other and say, we're going to help you guys get to martial law and this and that, and we're going to help you get, all the guns taken away from all the people in your country and stuff. This is a perfect way of doing it. Now, when the shit hits the fan, there's only two things that people are going to ask for. They're either going to ask, two different people or entities that they're actually going to ask for help from. One is going to be the government, and the second one is going to be God. Just like, you're out drinking on a Friday night, Saturday morning, or whatever, or even Friday night when you get home, you're like, oh God, why did I do that? Blah. Whatever. People always seem to run to him at, when they're in dire need of something, and whatever. Oh, please, God, help me. That's pretty much what's, going to be the case. But their second option is going to be the government. Government, please help us. We're getting attacked by another country. You're the only ones that can help us. Please. I think I would rather get with a good group of patriots, stand up for our rights, and take our chances, and see what happens. Because to me, going to a FEMA camp doesn't sound like a good idea. I sure in the hell would love to see a good future for my kids, my grandkids, so on and so forth. Some other news to talk about. Rand Paul announced that he is going to be running for president. And the first thing that he said is, we want our country back. I think that's a speech that every candidate always seems to have the same speech. We're taking our country back. We're getting away with, we're going to do away with taxes, and we're going to do away with this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's always a bunch of bull crap. Do you know that our deficit and how much money that we owe is more than every president combined? They were like trying to say, it's $17 trillion or $70 trillion. And somebody, a professor, I can't remember what school he's from, said that the actual number is $700 trillion. I mean, is that even a true number? I mean, is there even that much money in the world? Because if there is, I don't know about it. we're in trouble. More than every president combined. There's something wrong with that picture. Who's allowing this guy to keep doing this? There was reports that came out today that said Michelle Obama is not the mother of Sasha, and I forgot the other child's name. That there are no records anywhere to be found that she actually birthed any children, that they are two adopted kids out of, what did they say? I think they said Cambodia or somewhere. And that Michelle Obama is not the mother. There's no records of any hospital records, anything. There's no pictures of her pregnant anywhere. A lot of people are saying she's not even a woman. She's a man. I did see a video today that you can find on Rage Against the Regime page on Facebook where President Obama is calling Michelle Michael. And he's also on Charlie Rose or one of those other shows talking about his faith for the Muslims, and he got corrected and said, "You mean the Christian faith?" And he said, "Oh yeah, the Christian faith." But there's also a lot of proof there that supposedly Obama is a homosexual. Now, I don't get into all that stuff. Okay? I mean, if I see this stuff, I will post it. I will put it out there. I will let you guys know about it and everything else. And I'll let you decide for yourself. There's plenty of evidence pointing in the direction that he may be a homosexual, that Michelle may be a man. But I think that the important one is about her having the children. They say there is no medical records anywhere. Now, I would think there would be pictures of her pregnant. There are no pictures to be found anywhere of her pregnant with any children. If she was a real woman and she was really pregnant with real children, there would be pictures floating around. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what family you're from. I don't care, where you come from or where you're going or whatever. When you're pregnant, you take a lot of pictures. You want to show everybody you're happy, you're having children with the person that you love. Hey, look at us. We got a baby right here. Look at my big stomach and all that type of stuff. And there are just no pictures to be found. It's a big, big, big story. But the medical records, I think, is another big story. How are there no medical records of Michelle Obama being pregnant? How is it true? I mean, how could she be the mother of the kids if there's nothing to be found? Doesn't make any sense to me. Now, also on the Rage Against the Regime podcast page on Facebook, there's also a video stating that they feel that President Obama is the Antichrist. Now, don't even get me started on that type of stuff. I posted it there. The only reason why I posted it there, I actually found it on Bobby Powell's page, The Truth is Viral. And the only reason why I posted it is because I thought that it was actually kind of a pretty good story. And, it had some pretty good information. And some of the things that, I guess, the president was at certain places doing certain things, and he said certain words, and people slowed it down and backed it up, and sometimes it said Hail Satan and this and that, and you know all that type of stuff that I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into all that. I mean, like I said, I posted it for people to see. You people make... Excuse me. Whew, I hate when I do that. I'm sorry. You people make your own decision on it, on how you feel about it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I really don't know what to think about it. I'm kind of like in the middle. I mean, for people to say, oh, he's a homosexual and this and that, I mean, I don't know if that's just somebody that's trying to bash him more than he's already bashed on a daily occurrence, or if it's true. I mean, the guy was from Chicago. Obama was, and so was the person that he supposedly had homosexual affair with. And they state, that he was smoking crack cocaine. I mean, this is an old story. I mean, I'm not breaking any news to anybody or anything. You guys know this already. But I think it's interesting. Especially with all the information about Michelle coming out right now, and the whole paperwork that, she didn't have any children. So, I don't know. It's something to really, really think about. Alright, I'm going to play a song. Let's see here. I'm going to play something by PTP. No, you know what? I'm going to play some Absolute Zero. And we'll be right back.
Show you the truth, and I don't need a reason to lie to you.
Against the Regime podcast. Don't be a stranger. Like Rage Against the Regime podcast on Facebook or tweet us at RATR Podcast.
Welcome back to Rage Against the Regime podcast. And yes, it's me, Bobby, who's the man as always. Another thing that I wanted to talk about that I touched on yesterday, and I know I had bad microphone and everything else, and probably didn't get a chance to hear what I was really talking about, and trying to get the word out to everybody. I received some intel stating, which I thought was pretty interesting, that the Chinese, yes, I said it, Chinese actually own Yellowstone National Park. Now, the intel that I received from a gentleman that worked at Yellowstone National Park. He was actually I think he was like a valet would be the proper term. He was a person that took people from one point to the other point back and forth, and and chaperoned them back and forth and to the airports and all that type of stuff. And he said that all the time he was, driving older, wealthy Chinese people back and forth to the airport. And, that they had expensive private jets and stuff like that there. And, and that they were going back and forth all the time. And they were flying into Yellowstone Airport, which is pretty close to Yellowstone National Park, to my understanding. And, quite interesting to find out. I mean, if you actually do your homework and look into it, you will find the information that the Chinese own one of our national monuments. How in the hell? Now, I'm going to get a little bit upset here, and it's not, it's not something that I'm too happy about. How in the hell were the Chinese able to buy one of our national monuments? Can you please explain that to me? Just like when Clinton was in office, they were able to buy that port in California. That huge port. But this is a national monument. Okay? It's a park. It's a national park. And the Chinese own it. And that's it. I mean, it's crazy. How in the hell does this happen? Can somebody please explain it to me? Every time I think about it, it pisses me off. And yesterday, Casey Massey and I had a conversation about it, and I actually told him about it, and he told me, no way, you gotta be kidding me. He looked it up for himself, like most of you should do, so you can find out if I'm telling the truth or not. And tell me what you think about that. Do you think that the Chinese should be able to own a national monument? Do you think we own some big, I don't even know, like a Buddhist temple or something there? Like one of the oldest Buddhist temples that they have, or, anything like that? I doubt it very highly. I doubt it very, very highly. We're in trouble, people. We are in trouble. There's only one good thing that I can think about with the Chinese owning Yellowstone National Park, and with Russia making the threats to Yellowstone that they're going to do a nuke or whatever and cause this big chaos and, try to mess the United States up, is because the Chinese own it. So I think that would be one way that, it would be prevented a little bit, is because they actually own it. But one thing that I've been thinking about, and I've actually been trying to look into it, is if I could find out what the insurance policy is that they purchased for Yellowstone National Park. Because my whole thing is, maybe they purchased it to be able to buy an insurance claim on it, So if something big does happen to it, and happens to people and all that type of stuff, that maybe they might be able to collect an insurance claim. Now, I know if something major like that happens and it wipes out, a good portion of the United States and the people and all that type of stuff, well, where are they going to get their money from? Where are they going to collect the money from? So that might be a stupid thought, but I mean, anything is possible. When you really, really think about it, anything is possible. So, I don't know, leave some feedback. Let me know what you think about that whole situation, of the Chinese owning Yellowstone National Park. What do you guys think about that? Because I'll tell you right now, I think it's a crock of crap. Absolute crock of crap. And it aggravates me every time I think about it. And if you want to leave any feedback or anything that I've covered today, please do so. Or you can also email us at rageagainsttheregimepodcast@gmail.com. You know what? I actually have a new outro that gives all that information, so I don't have to do that anymore. Becky Williams is going to be doing a show tonight. I forgot what time the show is tonight. I think it's 8:30, maybe? No. I don't know. You know what? God, how bad of me. I don't remember. All I know is the show is tonight. For some reason, Blog Talk wouldn't allow the right date to be on there. So it says that it's the 9th. It's really the 8th. So Becky is doing a show tonight on Blog Talk. www.blogtalkradio.com/Rage Against the Regime podcast. So you guys might want to go over there and check it out. She has on somebody from the Red, White, and Blue Festival that's going to be coming up. And I believe that, I think that the Judge Reed might be joining her today. So, and let's see, Friday I'll be doing my show on Blog Talk Radio, which is going to be the Week in Review. I want to thank everybody that's been listening and participating and, calling that show and everything else, because we've been having really, really good numbers. So I want to thank you all for doing that. And please keep listening, keep sharing with your friends, and keep posting all over the place. And that'll be Friday night, probably around 5 o'clock. Between 4 and 5 o'clock, I'll be doing my show. But, I'll be posting it all over the place, so. Alrighty. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me. I said it was going to be a short show. And, that's about it. So, thank you all for listening, and until next time.
Thank you for listening to Rage Against the Regime Radio. Don't be a stranger. Please like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at RATR Podcast. And feel free to leave some feedback whenever you listen to us. You can also email us at rageagainsttheregimepodcast@gmail.com.